Fourth Downs with Rich.
Here we go.
First down.
Okay. A couple years ago, Carson Wentz, as we all know, went 11-2, blew out his knee. And there was even conversation that despite not finishing the season, just 13 weeks of play, he still had done enough to be MVP of the league. That did not turn out to be the case. But his 11-2 run set up the Eagles with a 1 seed that Nick Foles brought home with a championship. All that said, I'm asking the question, is this Carson Wentz's best year yet? And everybody out there will be like, what are you talking about, Rich? I mean, it was inefficient. They barely made the playoffs. In fact, they are the first team in the NFL ever to be below 500 through 13 games and go on to make the playoffs in back-to-back seasons. Happened last year, too, when Wentz was a starter and then couldn't go, and Foles took them into the division round, almost to the NFC Championship game, as New Orleans Saints fans recall how that game ended with a pass off of Alshon Jeffrey's hands. So I understand you might be scoffing, but Carson Wentz is not only the first quarterback in Eagles franchise history with a 4,000 passing yard season, but he's the first player in the history of the NFL to have a 4,000 passing yard season on a team without a single wide receiver to have over 500 yards receiving.
I heard that stat yesterday.
Okay.
It is bananas.
Okay. The number of players that went out on the line, too, and behind him at running backs, all of them. And he's the one that came into the season when he got his contract redone, and everyone's like, what's Howie Roseman and the Eagles thinking? Because he can't finish a season. Everybody gets hurt and goes on a MASH unit around him. He answers the bell every time. And is the only quarterback not named Aaron Rodgers to win in Lambeau Field this year. And Lambeau Field almost was a spot through which the entire NFC playoffs had to go. So, with the dog masks being busted out again, because I'm sure Seattle will make Carson Wentz the home dog.
Correct.
Is a term utilized in a spot where Mo Green has no plaque, sign, poster, or statue. I'm asking, is this Carson Wentz's best season yet?
I'm gonna back your play here and say yes. Played a full season. I think that's really important, especially given all the injuries, like you said. I think also how he finished the year. 4 straight wins, 1,200 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, no picks. He was a huge reason why they're in the playoffs.
And only 4 regular season starters on offense in that final game. And Miles Sanders went down during it. And he might not be, by the way, available for this weekend.
Yeah,
Sunday.
No Lane Johnson, no Ertz this weekend, too.
Oh, my gosh. Good luck, Philly fans. Second down.
Second down.
Now, that said, too, remarkably, it is Carson Wentz's first career playoff start. Because in the 2 years they made the playoffs, since he's been drafted, it was Nick Foles who had to take it over. And the problem for this is since 1991, the year after the new playoff format started, quarterbacks in their first playoff start are a combined 45 and 59, including this year's presumptive MVP in Lamar Jackson, who went 0-1 last year. And when you take a look at the AFC playoff field in particular, as Jimmy G is going to get his first career playoff start when he finally gets ready to roll, and Carson Wentz, it's his first career playoff start from the 4 seed. Obviously, Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins have been in the playoffs before. You take a look at the AFC experience chart, the disparity is jarring, to say the least, because you got Breeze and Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins starting in the NFC. In the AFC, sitting at the top of the chart, as we're showing right here on the Rich Eisen Show television audience can see, Tom Brady is 30-10 in his career in the AFC in the playoffs. After that, you got the grizzled Patrick Mahomes, who went 1-1 last year in his first playoff foray. And then Deshaun Watson is 0-1, just like Lamar Jackson in his playoff career, because they both lost their first career playoff starts last year. And Ryan Tannehill and Josh Allen, welcome to your first career playoff starts. I mean, I had to put it up on the screen because it is so alarming and jarring.
He has 10 times
to see
the starts of the other guys combined.
Crazy. Third down.
Third down.
Okay, in advance of George Kittle coming on here, I'm wondering if this pass-happy, pass-first league is no longer. Why do I say that? Put up the stats of the top 10 passing teams in the National Football League in the NFL 100 2019 regular season. You've got leading the top, I go from 1 down to 10. Bucks, Cowboys, Falcons, Rams, Chiefs. That's your top 5. Chargers, Saints, Patriots, Raiders, Lions round out the top 10. This is just in passing yards. 3 of those 10 teams, only the Chiefs, Saints, and Patriots made the playoffs. Everybody else missed it. And the top 5 passers in the league, Jameis to Matt Ryan, all of them didn't make the playoffs. They are done for the year. Now put up the rushing chart. Rushing chart. Here are your top 10 rushing teams in the NFL. Ravens, Niners, Titans, Seahawks, Cowboys. Vikings, Colts, Bills, Texans, Cardinals. 7 of the 10 made the playoffs. So 7 of the top 10 passing teams missed it. 7 of the top 10 running teams made it. Of course, the Cowboys are on both teams, both lists. I mean, nuts.
The Ravens had 1,000 more rush yards than the second best rush team.
Well, it
this
also
year.
happens to have one of the guys being a 1,000-yard rusher in your team also has 36 touchdown passes. It kind of helps. That's why Lamar Jackson is the MVP. All right, let's go to 4th down.
Fourth down.
Or do we have a regular season hot take, or is this a playoff
postseason?
hot take?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I'm a forward thinker. This is a playoff hot take.
Playoff hot take. Okay. All right.
I am nervous for you, bud. I am nervous for you. I'm nervous for Houston. I am nervous for Philly.
You're nervous for the home teams.
I am. Well, I know that's what it sounds like. And the Vikings, who the hell knows who's going to show up?
For real.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to step it up because that's the way I go with a hot take and the hot take plank on a 4th down.
You got to bring it.
Put up on the screen. One of the road teams in this wild card weekend is going to make a championship game. One of them's going to do it.
Wow.
I don't know which one it is, but somebody this weekend is going to win 2 road games in a row and make it. And it may just be the Buffalo Bills. I'm just saying, man.
So Buffalo would have to go to...
They'd have to go to Houston, and then depending what Tennessee does, who knows where they'd have to go.
Right. If Tennessee wins,
They can run it. They can
City.
stop the run. They can sack the quarterback. And Josh Allen, who the hell knows with him?
That's a good hot take poll. I'm gonna throw that on
Or
Twitter right
if
now.
I had to place it somewhere, if I had to peg it, Seattle in San Francisco just reeks of an NFC championship game. But in order for that to happen, Minnesota's got to win this weekend, and I don't think it. I don't know. Seattle might go to San Francisco divisional playoff weekend and take it. I don't know. I shouldn't say that with George Kittle calling in. Maybe it's the Bills. If I had to place it, I'll take the Bills. Just to be even the hottest of the hot takes.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.